What's going on, everyone? Gilman with the Wellthy stocks, back with another Moderna update video where we take a look at how Moderna stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Moderna stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Moderna are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record and we will get right into it. Excuse me, another great day for Moderna. We're up another $7, 6.25%. Compare that to major indexes, right? The NASDAQ was up about 0.5%. Dow was pretty much flat, up 10 points. And the S&P 500 was up 0.09%, but as you can see in the after hours, it's down 0.12. So we're talking pretty much flat. On a day like that, Moderna is up over 6%. So great movement there by Moderna. Taking a look at kind of some news we got real quick, right? So Takeda Pharmaceutical, which is the developmental partner for Moderna in Japan. The first participant in Japan received the biotech company's coronavirus vaccine. So they've started testing in Japan. This is the first clinical trial of a Moderna product in Japan, and they've partnered with Takeda to do that. Remember that, it's already gotten approval in more than 30 countries, so hoping for the same in Japan, and that could be good news for the stock. I think that's a big reason why we saw the pop today. So we opened up right hitting, as you could see, yesterday we talked about this 126 level, and we were hitting up against it in the pre-market, but then, started to sell off. Looked like it was going to be a little bit of a resistance. As you could see, right at the open too, we pushed up, couldn't quite make it, and then came down and then got the momentum to push back up. And then we just kept pushing up all the way to 137. Then we tested VWAP, which was good, pushed up, and then we were pretty much flat for the day, ending below VWAP. So great, price action there for Moderna. We were able to make another high of 137, not all-time high, of course, but a higher high than we've made in the past couple of days. So that's good news for the stock moving forward. And I also think that, the news that we got of Japan and their partnership kind of working out is also great news. Now, let's take a look at the daily chart and we'll kind of see what we try to look for here. As you guys know, we were looking at this downward trend pattern for a while there after we got the FDA approval, which was super confusing because typically, we see a sell the news, but that was a pretty intense sell the news. It continued for like 2 or 3 weeks straight. Did not look too good, and then finally we got all the way at 102, started to reverse where we drew this line right here at the bottom here, and then I've been kind of drawing it out since, and we've actually really nicely adhered to that line, right, and used it as a good level of support before we push back up. Now, I talk a lot about kind of Moderna and everything that it has in terms of the revenue that it has, all the news that I got last week related to places where it was authorized, partnerships they're doing. That was covered in a previous video over the weekend. If you are interested in any of that, what I do is I cover kind of the major stuff there, and then daily news updates here. I don't want to repeat everything because that would make every video that I make super long. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. This is more going to be for today's stock coverage and today's news, which we already covered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this line out one more day. As we could see, held up pretty nicely. We are now at kind of 132 with a new high to go at now, right? So let's take a look at what our future levels of support and resistance are. And we can, start to take a look at the EMAs right after that. So first things first, since we had this level yesterday that I mentioned as a little bit of a resistance, right? If we take a look at the previous 2 days, we go to the highs, right? We had a high, which is going to be that H right there. We had a high of 126.36 2 days ago, and then we had a high of 126.01. So clearly that 126 level was somewhere where we were having a little bit of trouble kind of getting over. We looked at it on the hourly chart, kind of drew that line. So that's the level we were looking to go above. Now that we are above it, that should act as a good level of support for us, right? So that's one level that we have as a good level of support from a price action perspective, right? That 126.28. We've also got this line in the 122s that I think should hold up as good support, and we'll start to slowly, move it back up, and hopefully, we keep riding this trend up. Now, let's take a look at the EMAs real quick, and then we'll kind of discuss what we could see moving forward. So as we could see, we've got a line of stacked EMAs, which is always good to see. 8 above the 21, above the 34, above the 55, above the 89. And I'm just going to say those numbers. You don't have to know every single one. We've got the 8 EMA coming in at 126, 125.94. We've got the 21 at 124 right behind it. We've got the 34 at 122.09, and then we've got the 55 at 115. Point being, we've got really good support at 125, 124, 122 if we were to fall at that level, right? We've also got the 122 support kind of from this line that we have. We've got the 55 EMA, which if we scroll back a couple days, held up as really good support back there at 115. Now, I personally think that I would not be surprised if we saw a little bit of a pullback, right? Maybe a pullback to this 126 level, maybe even like before that, right? But I do think that a little bit of consolidation would be healthy for the stock at this point because of the fact that we've gone up like 30% in a couple weeks. And I think that, once we can kind of establish that, then we start to push up again. If we get good news though, we would push up, we'd keep pushing up, and I would not be upset at that, right? Like I own stock in Moderna. That would be good news for all of us. But I'm just saying I like to ready myself for what I think is to come, and I think that a little bit of a pullback is kind of healthy for the stock at this point after the amount we've gone up. So maybe kind of like we saw here, right? Went up and then took a couple days to rest while still staying above this support line that we have. Let me get rid of the EMAs for a second. Staying above the support line and keep pushing up. So hopefully either dropping to maybe even 130, right? I think 130 is the first level of support. This 126 is the second. That would be kind of what I'm looking at on the downside. On the upside, of course, watching for that push up towards this 137 high that we set today, which is still, $3-4 away. So that's what I'm watching, hoping for a push towards 145, which, not gonna lie, when we were down here and I drew that 145, that was my goal for, the first half of 2021. The way it's going, we might even get there Q1 2021, maybe month 1 2021. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Hopefully we get some more good news and we get up there. I continue to hold my Moderna shares. Don't have any options positions right now, but maybe looking to add some soon once I could see a little bit of a pullback and then it establishes and pushes up. So keep you guys posted on that. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day. And until next time.